I believe you haven't downloaded that dastardly NHS app causing the current pingdemic, and neither have a lot of your doctor friends.
I think that's right. When we heard what was happening at the very beginning, if you remember, there's some experiments in army camps, then some experiments on the Isle of Wight, 2 sets of experiments. It just seemed this is not going to work. And for the reasons it's not working, it's a Bluetooth apparatus, and the virus is there. The virus can't go through a wall, but Bluetooth can. So it's clear that a lot of people are being pinged, and they haven't had any contact with anybody that's got the virus. They've been on the other side of a wall, and yet they get a positive result. So it's just not fit for purpose, and it never was. And no other country's got something like this. The nearest to it is in Korea, but no one else is using something like this. And we just know how bad IT is, and the whole test and trace program. Test and track program has been bedeviled by all sorts of problems. So I think that the future is, let's just get rid of this. Let's learn to live with the virus and not worry about it. It's going down. We're going to have less and less of it. There'll be pockets, and there may be some surprises coming, but it's coming to an end, and we've got to go forward into the new world without worrying about it.
Well, Karol, look, we're agreeing on far too much tonight, so we're going to have to disagree over something. So I think let's make it Sajid Javid's controversial tweet, because the health secretary, he tweeted on Saturday, he's been recovering from COVID, and he said, full recovery a week after testing positive. Symptoms were very mild thanks to the amazing vaccines. Please, if you haven't yet, get your jab as we learn to live with rather than cower from this virus. And he actually deleted the tweet, and he went on to apologise for the use of the word cower. But what was wrong with that?
Nothing's wrong with it. But of course, this whole area is so emotionally charged. Everyone's different. You look at the street, look at a train. Some people have still got gloves, goggles, masks, obviously. They look like coming out of an Ebola camp somewhere, but other people have got nothing. And so there's a whole spectrum of activity there. So I think the problem we've got, that cower implies that you're going to go out there and fight it and not be afraid of it. But some people are. And now they're made to feel ashamed. And that's not good for a politician to make people feel ashamed. I think that's why he retracted it. But, we all know what he meant. And it was not an unreasonable thing to say. But maybe it was a little tactless, because we all agree freedom means some people, if they want to cower, that's fine. Let them do it. Let them do everything they have to make themselves just feel better about how they're going about their daily lives. And I think, it is about individual freedom at both ends of the spectrum. And that's why I think he had to retract it. And I'm sure on his Twitter, he's got a cloud of locusts coming down on him and saying all sorts of rude things, because that's what I get too. And you get too. I know what it's like.
I know. Indeed, and actually that's one of the reasons why I didn't want him to delete it, because actually it's a word. It's not a bad word, and I don't think politicians should be so afraid of the social media mob that they take back things that they say that come from the gut. And I like the fact that we now have a health secretary who is prepared to say we've got to learn to live with COVID. We can't cower from it, because, if you look at a country cowering from COVID, it's Australia at the moment with their doomed zero COVID strategy, and the entire country is shut down. But look, Karol, we agreed on most things, so that's a good place to leave it.